Tell 'em Tribe Tarot. Daily readings for my tribe. Subscribe to my channel.
Grand Rising Gemini, I am Cherokee with Tell 'em Tribe Tarot coming to you with another reading. I hope that you slept well and you're up and at it and ready to face your day. Please take what resonates and leave behind what does not. Please subscribe to my channel, turn on post notifications if you haven't already done so. Drop a comment to say hello to a goddess, even if the reading doesn't resonate, and share the video to share the wealth. All right, Spirit, what does Gemini need to know today? What does Gemini need to know today? So I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. So take the leap. I've been getting this oracle card for you quite a bit, Gemini. So I feel like you may be in a spirit of procrastination, feeling a little afraid of what is to come, not sure what the future holds. You may be contemplating how you should move forward because you're not exactly sure of what next steps look like. And it's giving you the feeling that you're not prepared. And sometimes there's never enough preparation that we can do before taking next steps. Sometimes it's just like you got to jump in and then figure out how to swim when you get in the ocean, which can be very scary. But you know, they say a drowning man will grasp at a straw. So you grasp at every single possibility, every single thing to stay afloat. And eventually I feel like you'll figure things out in that regard. But your spirit guides are really saying like now is the time for you to take the leap of faith. There may be, and this could be in any situation. You can be dealing with a situation where you are on the receiving end of some backlash that is not deserving at all. You should not be going through this. You did nothing wrong. You did everything right, and you're still being villainized, and you're not saying anything. You may be staying on the safe side and not defending yourself, or at least not putting any type of energy into saying something. And you need to state your piece, at least state your position, and then do away with the situation for whoever that is. And for others, it could be something that you identified in a relationship that you're in, maybe dishonesty, and you're not saying anything about it and hoping that it goes away. And it's not going to go away. If anything, it'll get worse because someone may be taking advantage of a situation with you. It could be something at work where you know you're qualified for a position or qualified to do a certain project or anything of that sort. And you're not showing your full potential because you feel like this is not where you want to be anyway. So you're not going to get too involved, and you're just going to do just enough to get by. But by doing this, it'll get you some more money, and then you can quickly get up out of this situation. So there's a lot of little things here that's happening that you are procrastinating on. I feel various energies, and it's just right now we're in a season of change, major change, and it's uncomfortable. All change is uncomfortable because now you're shedding your skin and you're a new version of yourself, and you're not that familiar with this person, and you have to take meaningful action as this new version of yourself. And it's not always easy, but as you probably heard time and time again, Gemini, you know, nothing worth having comes easily, and life is about growing and evolving. And if you truly want to grow and evolve and experience new things like how you say you do, you have to get used to things being uncomfortable a lot, to the point where you look for things to be uncomfortable when it gets too comfortable. That way you keep challenging yourself, and then you'll see the beauty in what living is all about and truly being happy through all conditions. So the overall energy is the Knight of Wands. The challenge is the Seven of Wands. Subconsciously is the Queen of Swords. The recent past is the Four of Wands. And then the Lovers is your goal. The near future is the Chariot. How you affect the situation is the World. Your environment is the devil. We're going to definitely delve into that. The Eight of Cups being your hope and or fear. And then the possible solution or outcome is the Four of Wands. Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So you're in a season of change. That's just what it is. Bottom line, no doubt about it, Gemini. With all the wands that's in that we've been pulling for your readings, and then the wands here being the primary suit, it's just that you're needing to take action on something. I feel like you are working, but you're not going as hard as you possibly can. I feel like you're doing what you know how to do, but anything outside of what you don't know how to do is stagnating your growth, or it's just keeping you in the same position because your mind might be overwhelmed with stuff. It's just with relationship stuff, with work stuff, with personal stuff at home, you know, with going out in everyday life. Like everything seems to be an obstacle for you right now, and you just want things to flow freely. But what you're not seeing is that you are the beginning and the end of your transgressions. So when you take responsibility for how you're feeling and just look in the mirror or look in a blank space on the wall and say, okay, let's breathe through this. What do I need to do to stop feeling this way? What do I need to do to change my situation? That's when you're going to start feeling the inspiration and the ideas. And even so, that might not come right away, but at least you'd be showing yourself that you are very well capable of thinking things through, and your mind will start to get creative. So I feel like you have to just take a leap of faith, just as your oracle card said in the beginning of this reading. You know, the challenge for you is that, you know, you're laying down the ground rules. You're laying down the foundation for things, and it's not a sturdy foundation. And I feel like a big part of why you're struggling is that you have a lot on your mind and you're doing a lot of things at the same time. I also feel like this relationship that you may have recently left or that you're currently in that's not going as smoothly as you anticipated is playing a major effect on how you are approaching various things in your life. And I don't think you want to acknowledge that. I think that that's why you're having a lot of issues in your life right now. It's like you're not acknowledging the fact that you had a great relationship or what you thought it to be in the recent past, and it's not so great right now. And your close network of people or a person that you confide in is telling you, look, I see a change. I see that something is affecting you regarding this relationship, and you're not acknowledging it. You're just brushing it off, like, because your ego won't allow you to believe that there's a possibility that you could be affected by something that should not be affecting you in this way. It's hard when you love someone and it doesn't work out, or when you love someone and they're showing you their true colors and you have this mock-up in your mind of who you thought they were, and then it's just fucking up your life because you cannot think straight, because this person was your beginning and your end, and that was where you fucked up, because you made them your beginning and your end when they should have just been an addition to you, and you yourself are your beginning and your end. So I feel like you're going to move forward. What you need to look forward to in the near future is that you're going to take action. I feel like you're even going to consider maybe taking a trip away from everyone and everything. Why is the Chariot here? Why is the Chariot here? Yeah, I feel like you're going to take a trip back home. Like for some of you, like you may be wherever you're from. I feel like you're just going to take a trip back home so you can reconnect with yourself. I feel like some of you are just disconnected from who you were for a while, and that's why your environment right now is toxic, because you're still in the same space where you were when you were messing with this person from the past, and it's affecting everything. Because look at this, the Lover's card, which is your energy, Gemini. All you want to feel is love. All you want to give is love. All you want to experience is love. All you want is love. That's it. You don't want nothing else, nothing complicated. You want the love that you're given in every capacity, in your relationships, in your businesses. And you know business and pleasure doesn't mix, but you're just saying that you want to do intentional things in love for yourself. Of course, your businesses and things that you're doing is going to be professional, but you're just saying you want everything to be grounded in love. Your goal is just to ground yourself again so that love does not blind you in a way that it stagnates your energy and your growth. And I feel like you may be getting confused with what real, positive, healthy love is versus toxic love. I feel like you sacrificed a lot of yourself for toxic love. And because of that, it has you in a mental whirlwind. And I feel like you think that maybe by moving from where you are, it's going to change things, or by changing up your environment abruptly, just changing everything and just adjusting everything to look differently, that it's going to make you feel better. And while it will adjust your mood, for the most part, it's not going to adjust how you feel internally for the long haul. You know what I mean? So what you have to do is acknowledge what you're feeling and how the things that you experienced in the past affected you right now, because you have some big things that's coming up for you. Like, you're going to be traveling, you're going to be meeting new people, and you're going to attract someone and situations that reflect you. But in the meantime, you can't get caught up on what didn't go right, because that's not your it's not your forte. It's just not what you need to be doing right now. Your life is going through major changes, and it just feels like everything around you is just falling apart. And it's not because you did anything wrong per se. It's just that you may have stayed longer than you were supposed to in circumstances that didn't serve you any longer. And then now it's just like, now that the circumstance may be over or on the rocks, you're just like, well, what the fuck do I do now? And then trying to focus on anything outside of that is difficult, because you built your life around this happy ending. You tied yourself to this outcome that this thing will never end. And now that it's on the rocks or possibly ending because it doesn't align with what you have going on, it's just causing you emotional grief and raising havoc in other areas of your life. And your spirit guides, they want you to separate from that, and in a positive way, not back burner it and sweep it under the rug as if it's not happening, but acknowledge that you have been traumatized by something and address it by saying, I am not okay today because when so-and-so and I broke up, it broke me. When so-and-so betrayed me, it broke me. I don't look at their kind the same. I don't look at men the same. I don't look at women the same. And acknowledge those feelings, you know what I mean? So that it doesn't fuck up your future. That's all you have to do, because when you acknowledge those feelings and you hear yourself say these things, that's when you correct yourself when you're saying things that are irrational. Like, I hate all men now because of so-and-so. When you realize it's like, I don't hate all men. I hate how so-and-so treated me to put me in this predicament of looking at everyone differently, making me not want to even trust people, making me not want to let anyone get close to me. But the right thing to do is to just acknowledge those feelings, journal those feelings, and say what you're going to do differently and how much better you're going to treat yourself now, so that when you meet someone else on these travels that you're going to be taking and challenging yourself in the near future, that you won't treat them as if they did something wrong to you before they even have an opportunity to show you how beautiful they are and how healthy of a love they have to offer you. I see that your fear is that this person may walk away from you forever. Like, I feel like this is a love and career reading, because your love life is affecting your career. I feel like you're afraid that this person is going to take their love away and give it to someone else, but that's that toxic energy that's surrounding you. You have to release the idea of what you want. You have to release. I'm not saying you shouldn't have manifestation goals. I'm saying still want to manifest a healthy love, but know that it may not be with who you're thinking about. That's the hard, cold truth. And I think the hardest thing to do is to walk away from someone while you still love them, Gemini. But you have to do that if that means that you're going to have your sanity in the end. All right, so what are the closing messages that you have for Gemini? Spirit, what are the closing messages that you have for Gemini? Let me pull something from the Light Seers deck. Let me pull some cards from the Light Seers deck, Gemini. What are the closing messages, Spirit, that you have for Gemini? My shuffles have been mad ugly. Like, what the hell? All right, let's see what your closing messages are, Gemini. The Four of Pentacles. So, Gemini, you have to be selfish right now. You have to be selfish right now. You have to remember that you matter. No matter what's happening to you, your worth does not change. It doesn't make you less of a person. It does not mean that you withdraw your love from the world and become bitter and cold and distant from the people who care about you. You have to be selfish with your time right now from people that don't mean you well and be unapologetic about it. That's it. I feel like that's the only thing that's blocking you right now. You giving too much energy to things that don't deserve it. And the minute you realize your worth and that you're priceless, nobody's going to be able to set you up in this way again. Never. All right, Gemini. So I hope this message touches your heart and heals it, or at least begin the healing process so that you can manifest those manifestations that you are dreaming about each and every day and night. All right. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, the link is in the description, and I'll talk to you soon. Love and light, tribe.